About 5 years ago, my company created a new co-creation technique called crowd weaving. And that's been really successful. And it helps companies allow their customers to ideate at the very inception of the ideation process. So as part of that kind of journey, because now I'm venturing out of my safe zone, my Venn diagram of market research, which is all about these reactive tools. And it's great, I'm being proactive, I've come up with this co-creation tool, but I also needed to step out of that a bit more and go like, well, where am I in the greater ecosystem? And as part of that, I began reading more and studying more about design thinking. And well, what's the difference between design thinking and customer co-creation? So took a course at Rutgers Business School on design thinking to get a better appreciation and understanding of that discipline. And I found they're actually very similar. There's all about customer empathy, first and foremost, and really understanding why people are buying a product and what jobs they're looking to be done from that. And the same process applied too of like an agile iteration where you establish this empathy and then you move towards building something out and then getting a prototype and then perhaps using agile, making it better and better. And customer co-creation is very similar to that, but whereas design thinking is all about customer empathy, in customer co-creation, you're definitely making the customers part of the ideation process. So there's actually more involvement, more empowerment on the point of customers. So this is all well and good, right? If that was the case, then problem solved. But the reality is that design thinking is only sporadically used and most corporations still don't embrace it. So that led me to think, well, why? What's the problem? And it turns out most corporations have a culture which is risk adverse. And design thinking is, by almost definition, think outside the box, fail early, fail often, and accept risk. So it's an impasse. You've got corporations will benefit from it, but unfortunately their corporate culture won't allow it. So I thought, well, perhaps there's a way of making it more palatable. Hence the idea of an idea meritocracy, which is an idea that Ray Dalio described in great length in his book Principles, which came out last year. And he described the idea of meritocracy as a way of like not letting a autocratic process or just a democratic process win, but letting the best ideas win. Because as he put it, it's like the greatest failure is that good ideas just don't have the process in place to allow them to be heard. So I was thinking, well, how do we apply that to maybe a customer co-creation or design thinking challenge? And because at the end of the day, it's like the idea of meritocracy is very simple, let the best idea win. So it has to be based on honesty, transparency, and a way to resolve differences. And so applying this process, which is an algorithm, very left brain, analytic thinking, so that we can evaluate each idea based on its merit and its opportunity to succeed. Is how original is the idea? Is it actually on point in solving the problem? So using that as a way to really determine the merit of each idea in a very objective algorithmic way, it serves a few purposes. One is it's actually a little bit faster, it's a little bit cheaper, it's extremely objective, and it's not as scary to risk-adverse corporate management. We can, by layering this on, it almost allows it to be like a Trojan horse, where we can bring this crazy design thinking into the corporation, but in a way where it's not so scary. So the term we're using to describe it now is augmentative innovation. And we think that has an opportunity to allow design thinking to go from sporadically used to being embraced on a larger basis.